We just refinished our hardwood floors in our dining room and our living room. These white oak floors are 108 years old, and now they look as good as new. This is a floor sander you can rent from Home Depot for $82 a day. Add some polyurethane finish and some supplies, and you might pull off the whole thing for $400, $500. If you're a little skeptical that I pulled that off, you are absolutely right. I did not refinish those floors myself. This is Roger Bennett of Bennett Hardwoods. He's a specialist, a craftsman with over 30 years of experience. I hired Roger because I knew he'd do a much better job than I ever could on those hardwood floors. It cost a little more, but it was worth every single penny. My wife and I never even considered a DIY project for something as important as our 108-year-old floors. Dealing with menopause, well, that's a whole lot like refinishing your valuable but old floors. You might be able to DIY it, but it's going to be fraught with twists and turns and painful mistakes and maybe gouging out some boards here and there. You're almost always better off hiring a pro, especially when it comes to managing your hormones. Well, I have nothing against estradiol patches. They absolutely have their place for postmenopausal women. Transdermal estrogen can be a highly effective tool for reducing hot flashes, for irritability, for mood swings, even helping with weight gain. But estradiol patches aren't really the ultimate solution for every symptom or for every woman. They're just one tool in the hormone optimization toolbox. They're not a one-size-fits-all fix for everything. When I showed Roger our floors, I pointed out a spot, it's actually two spots, that looked like a homeowner patch job. It honestly didn't look all that great. Whoever patched those up tried their best, but it sort of screamed do-it-yourself job. I asked Roger to apply his skills, his experience, and his expertise to fix those patches. And what he did is practically invisible. That's what happens when you hire a professional. Menopause has some similarities. There's more going on than just one symptom or one patch to fix in menopause, though. The parallels between menopause and remodeling go way beyond just patching your floors. If you've ever done a major home renovation, you probably know it's not just about one problem. It's about multiple systems that all affect each other. You need to have somebody who understands, let's say, HVAC. I'm not talking about your heating and cooling system, but the part of your body that regulates your temperature. Hot flashes and night sweats and unpredictable chills, any of that sound familiar? Well, that temperature system is all out of whack. You also need somebody who understands plumbing, because menopause can wreak havoc on your urinary system and your genital system, the same system that involves your sex life. And don't forget the kitchen. The kitchen is the heart of your home. That's also where blood sugar and cholesterol and insulin and diet and weight gain all get stirred together in the same pot. That's why what you really need isn't just a handyman that can apply a patch to the wall or the floor. It's a general contractor, somebody who sees the whole project from top to bottom, and somebody who knows how to coordinate all those moving parts. You need a trained hormone optimization specialist, the general contractor for your midlife remodel. That contractor can evaluate your labs, your biomarkers, your symptoms, your history, and your specific health risks. A specialist helps you create a blueprint, a plan that actually works for you and for your health goals. A trained, experienced hormone expert helps you address two things at the same time: your menopause symptoms and the serious long-term health risks that you're facing after you go through menopause. A specialist works with you to address your most pressing symptoms. Those hot flashes, insomnia, mood swings, weight gain, vaginal dryness, painful intimacy, all those things that are keeping you from feeling like yourself. But they also want to look ahead and think about your future. 10, 20, even 30 years down the road, what does your health look like then? A specialist wants to help protect your bones so you avoid osteoporosis and, let's say, hip fractures that lead you to a wheelchair in a nursing home. They want to help protect your brain so you can keep your memory sharp, avoid memory care and assisted living. They help protect your heart so you lower your risk for heart attack. They help protect your metabolism so you reduce insulin resistance and avoid type 2 diabetes. Those are two huge drivers of all kinds of disease, including heart disease. It's not just about surviving menopause, it's about thriving in the second half of your life. That's the difference between hormone replacement, or HRT, and hormone optimization. It's not just about patching up your symptoms. It's about restoring function, reducing risk, helping you feel like yourself again for good. Now, I know what you're thinking. I told you earlier that hiring a professional to refinish my floors did cost more than doing it myself. And yes, that's absolutely true. Quite a bit more, actually. The reality is, not everyone can afford to work with a trained, experienced hormone optimization specialist. It is expensive. Insurance, well, you can pretty much forget about that. Medicare, private insurance plans, government health programs, no matter what country you live in, they rarely cover hormone optimization pretty much across the board. I'll be honest, my wife and I spend about 15% of our monthly budget on health expenses. Most of that goes toward hormone optimization. It's a decision that we made consciously to invest in our health. That means there are other things that we don't spend our money on, things like vacations and going out to nice dinners. Yeah, health costs are out of control. And unless you're a billionaire, you're probably feeling it too, maybe more than me. But here's the question we keep coming back to. What's the cost of not investing in hormone optimization and our long-term health? Maybe what's the cost of not exercising? We're thinking about the decades ahead, about bone fractures that never heal, about memory loss that creeps in slowly and gradually takes away our relationships, about chronic diseases that rob us of our energy, our mobility, our joy, our freedom. That's why we're building a strong foundation. Optimal diet, optimal hormones, regular exercise, dialed in sleep. Menopause is too big of a remodeling project to patch it up and hope for the best. If you're struggling with symptoms or just not feeling like yourself, and you're ready to stop DIYing your hormones, then it may be time to hire a real pro. I've spent the past 25 years learning about hormones and helping thousands of women just like you get answers. I'm not a prescriber, but I might be able to point you to somebody who is. Just go to my website at simplehormones.com/referral and fill out the referral form there. I'll check my database to see if there's a provider that I can recommend that's somewhat close to you. I can't guarantee I know somebody in your area, but I'll give it my best shot. Well, if you've made it this far in the video, you're already ahead of the game. You're not looking for just a patch, a short-term solution. You're ready to rebuild something stronger. I'd love to help you get started. Watch my next video to get a peek into the stories of real women who've chosen to pursue hormone optimization and find out how it's worked out for them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.